Ghosty's shocked at the progress you've made. Hello, and welcome to the House of Pearl podcast, episode 19. My name is Allison.
I'm Erin.
And today is Tuesday, October 25th. We have 42 subscribers, which is one less than we had yesterday, but that's okay. Mom deleted one of her accounts.
Probably, yeah.
Just kidding. We have 42 subscribers, and I know that we joke about Mom being the only one subscribed, but that's all people subscribe to us, so that's really cool.
Whoop.
Yeah, Erin and I are sisters. I live in San Diego. And
I live in San Francisco.
Yeah, and we knit. I knit a lot, and I forced Erin to join in my hobby. And she knits a little bit.
A little bit.
That's
sometimes.
Yeah.
When I have time.
Which you've got a lot going on. So
yeah.
College is a lot.
It is very stressful.
It's very stressful. Okay, let's get into finished objects.
Yeah.
Okay, so first up is my honeymoon sweater, and I am done. I just need to sew in a little tag so that it's really official and it looks so good. Wow.
It's so cute.
I love it. It's so pretty. I'm obsessed with it. It's everything I would hoped it would be. The only thing is I was afraid of it being too tight on the neck.
Mm-hmm.
So it wants to sit down here a little bit. And I think it would look better if it was tighter and up a little bit. But that's it. I took some fancy photos in it. Everyone was really impressed. It was great. It was really fun. This is such a fast knit.
Really?
Yes. So if you ever need to knit a sweater that's satisfying, knit a Sunday sweater.
Okay.
Because it's such a large gauge and the mohair fills it in. So you should knit one at some point. But I mean, you gotta finish your first sweater first. But yeah.
How many projects can I start and not finish?
A lot. However many you want. That's kind of the goal with knitting, right? You can just switch from project to project.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to be wearing this in Switzerland.
Woo!
Yeah. Hopefully it's super warm. I think it's going to be super warm. Because of the mohair, I think I'm going to have to block it with conditioner. I'm also going to have to do that with my other finished object too. I'm going to try doing that tomorrow. See if it works.
Why conditioner? What does that do?
Oh, it softens it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it makes it not as scratchy, I think. So
Hopefully.
I get to wear this all over Switzerland. And
that's gonna be so exciting.
And then Jacob will be in his sweater, and
you'll be the perfect couple.
Shut up. We're just gonna look cute in our sweaters. I was one of the goals of our honeymoon is to have me in my sweater and him in his sweater and to take a photo. I was you have to take your sweater to take a photo.
Yeah, why else?
Yeah, right? In a Christmas market, we're gonna take a photo in our sweaters. So
yes.
I did it. I finished it before the honeymoon.
I'm so proud of you.
Well, before the honeymoon.
I was gonna say, you did that fast.
A month before. Yeah, it went really fast. It was really fun.
I definitely was ooh, she's gonna be doing that on the plane, but
done.
Get you go.
And I also started and finished another sweater.
Oh my
god. I finished your jack-o'-lantern carved out. I think it's
it.
Carved out sweater, but yeah.
So cute.
Let me just say, this one took quite a few hours of knitting.
Really?
To get through. Just because it's on these tiny little needles.
Oh, ooh.
They're size 2.5.
That's tiny.
Yeah, I was supposed to be on 2, but I
upped it. Yeah.
I upped it. Also, I didn't want to go buy another pair just for this, and I didn't want to go that tiny. So
yeah.
This took quite a bit of time. However, it was all mindless, which thankfully I was sitting through mind-numbing training videos. So it was actually kind of helpful.
Good.
I've knit a couple sweaters now. I've got the like, when you were like, oh, it says like knit across the sleeve. When you had questions, I knew exactly what
yeah.
going on, because I've done, well, this one's raglan. So it's got the increases right here. This one is yoked, which means that it's got the increases. You can see it all the way around.
Oh, yeah.
So it fits a little bit different. That was my first yoked sweater.
Ooh, and it turned out fabulous.
And then this one was raglan. So I literally didn't even really have to like pay attention to the whole increase and then separate for sleeves. It really is just like, once you get it down, you're kind of doing a large sock. It's just stocking it in the round. And then the lace panel, I kind of messed up. I don't think it goes up as high on one side as it should, but it's supposed to like start up high, and I didn't really like that anyway, so it worked out.
I love it.
We had, Jacob and I had one weekend in October to do fall stuff, and that's probably the only October weekend we get to spend together for 3 years. So we had to make sure we did all the fall stuff.
Yes, got together.
So we drove out of San Diego. We went up into the hills a little bit. We went to a gold mining city, and I wore it all around. Nobody complimented it. That's okay. That's okay. I know. I was like taking off my jacket and like, oh, nobody said anything.
A sign on that says, I made this.
I know, right? So, and it was so funny. I had like this cuff left to do while we were driving up there, and I was like determined to finish it. I was like, no. And I forgot to, I did a tubular cast off.
Tubular,
dude. I'm Jay. This is Ernie.
My name ain't Ernie no more. It's Ice.
Oh, this is Ice. So this is just a traditional like regular bind off, right? Can you see that, where it's got like the hard edge on it?
Yes.
Because you're literally just you're like just ending, and it's got like kind of, you can't really tell on this lovely camera. This one is a sewn bind off, and it's very stretchy, and it just sort of like, the stitches just kind of like fall over onto the other side, because you're like doing another stitch into it, but also sewing it off as you do that. So it's a little bit more complicated. It just takes a little bit longer to do, because you're having to like, each stitch you go through twice, because you're doing one leg of the stitch and then the other leg of the stitch. So it takes a while, and I was like, of course, the one time that I'm like on a time crunch,
yeah,
I was doing it. But it's really, once you get the pattern down, it's really easy to remember. I found this tutorial that was like, you look at it, if it's at the top of a knit column, you do this. If it's at the top of a purl column, you do this. And that was so easy. Like, I didn't even really have to think about it. And then we got up there, and I had some ends to weave in, and Jacob was like, we can wait in the car for a little bit. That's fine. So I haven't done all of the ends, and I just rolled them up and safety pinned them. Walked around like that.
Little DIY.
Yeah. No one knows. So
nobody knows.
Yeah. And then I have one more Halloween themed finished object. My Halloween socks.
Oh.
Pocus socks.
Woo! They look really good.
I love them. I'm so happy with them. The first one definitely has more orange in it than the second one. I don't know. It's just funny how that happened.
It's weird. Yeah.
But I cast it on right before we watched Hocus Pocus 2. I made Jacob sit and wait for me to cast on. And like, I cast on, and I did like the first row, and I made him sit and wait so that I could watch Hocus Pocus and knit on my Halloween socks.
I don't see what's wrong with that.
So yes. My Halloween
Yay.
socks are done.
I mean, it's kind of like you have to knit them while watching Hocus Pocus.
Exactly. And my previous Halloween socks, let me go grab those really quick. Last year's Halloween socks, I was winding them on the back of the chair while I watched that. Remember they did that like Hocus Pocus?
Oh yeah, that live, yes.
Yes, the live.
Yes.
When they were filming, I think the movie. So 1 year's Hocus Pocus, not really Hocus Pocus, but Halloween sock on the second. Also, look at how my socks have changed.
I was gonna say.
Well, these are different because they're striped, so an afterthought heel, but like I've changed my cuff length. And then I did a longer leg on these just because these seemed a bit short. But yes.
Cute. Look at the progress.
Cute. Okay. That is all for finished objects. Quite a bit.
Yeah. Proud of you though. You did good.
Yeah. Thanks. What's up? Why are you smiling like that? It's okay.
It's always funny how you're like pulling all the items out.
I know.
Wow.
Like knitting is like is really fun for me. So
yeah,
it is my escape. It's my happiness. So yeah, that's what it is for me. And I don't think you're there yet. So
no,
that's okay.
I like knitting.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to be kind of in a certain mindset.
And it's definitely not autopilot for you.
No. I still have to think.
It will get there eventually if you keep going, but that's also like you don't have to do it. So yeah. I'm sure
I'm quitting.
No, you can't quit. And I think if it's like when you're learning a new hobby and you have to think about it, like that takes up brain space. So, yeah. And you've got limited brain space. So, whatever. No, I mean, just because. I just meant because you're a student. You're a full-time college.
I knew what you meant, but it just is so good.
You're dumb.
It's okay.
And I mean, I'm sure there's going to be times in my life where I'm not knitting as much. So, do you have any progress?
Like a row?
That's it. I mean, I want to see your sweater though. Have you done an increase?
Yes, I did one increase.
One raglan increase. You want to show it? I want to see it. Just.
It literally looks the same.
Look at that though.
It looks the same.
Yeah, but I mean.
But that's okay.
But you know what? It's 1 stitch wider. Or 2 stitches wider?
1 stitch. Because I haven't.
Okay, because you're just on the body part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just doing the body increases. So.
I think I have the next row to do, and then the row after that is my second increase.
Yeah. So you do an increase row, then a knit row, then an increase row, then a knit row.
Yes.
Yeah, you're 1 row closer. And I have one in progress. I was here on Jacob's sock. This lighting is kind of weird, but I was like here on Jacob's first sock, and I got that done.
It looks good.
I love this yarn. It kind of looks so stripey from here. Anyway.
I know.
And then I am working on, I've done the leg and the heel.
I love how socks in progress look like they're going through surgery, like because there's so many stitch markers.
I know, right? Oh yeah, that's true. Yes. Yeah, it's just every 10, so I don't have to like count all of them as I go along.
Do what I did, yeah.
Oh yeah. Did you just have an earthquake?
Yes.
Did you feel it?
I didn't feel it. I was in the kitchen and the stove started rattling, and I thought I was breaking the stove because I was using it. So I panicked and I took my earbud out, and then I heard like creaking of like the door frames in the wall, and I was like, oh, it's an earthquake. So
it's just an earthquake.
It's an earthquake. My what is that? I have like an app for the earthquake. It didn't tell me for like 2 solid minutes after it finished that there was an earthquake. And I was like, I'm gonna die when the big one hits.
Yeah, for sure.
App is not gonna tell me.
Does that give you constant anxiety knowing that you're
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that relaxes me is I don't live in like super high rise. Like, I don't know how people do that.
True.
But I do think this house will fall apart.
It kind of looks like it's falling apart now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The way that was creaking and just like a 5.0 earthquake,
This yarn is definitely, this is the Wollonvine yarn, and her footsie base is a BFL, which is a blue-faced luster, which is a different kind of wool. Usually I think it's merino wool that you usually have sock yarn with. And it's definitely more like rusticy.
Ooh.
So I don't think Jacob's gonna like that, but
That sexy.
Yeah, it's just funny to like, the more you knit with stuff, the more you like start to feel the difference in things. I'll be done with those pretty soon. And
I was gonna say you'll be done with those fast.
I know. And then I gotta figure out, I think I have a couple more skeins of sock yarn that I can just throw together. I don't know what I'm gonna be knitting on the honeymoon. It's gotta be like maybe just a couple pairs of socks.
Yeah. Something like small.
Yeah. Oh, I found this podcaster the other day. She popped up on my like suggested videos. Her name's Midge Munster, and her tagline is, nope, I'm not gonna do it, but I don't remember. It's like campy, kooky, glamorous, and spooky. And she loves mid-century modern and like Halloween.
Oh,
yes. But she likes like pink and teal. Like,
I love it.
Great.
She's like a mix of us.
I know. She really is us put together. So it's funny. And I found her, and she's got like, I think she's got more now. She had like 25,000 subscribers. And then like a couple weeks later, Christine McConnell on her live was like, oh yeah, I met Midge Munster. She's great. I love her. And so I always feel like, oh my God, I found this thing. But it's like, have you heard of this TV show, Game of Thrones? You know, like that's what I feel like.
That's so funny.
So late to the game, but I love her stuff. It's super soothing to have on in the background because a lot of her videos are Halloween decor hunting. So she starts going out in like July, and she just goes to all the different stores and just searches for Halloween decor and takes you along. And it's,
where'd you even find stuff in July?
They have stuff out. And like some stores, she's right, you got to get on it early because they're early. Not everyone is like Target and puts it out. Never. So.
Yeah, went to Target yesterday and I went and looked at the Oreos. They didn't have the Halloween Oreos, of course, but they had Christmas Oreos out already.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah. So, Midge Munster, she's great.
Love it.
Okay. Did you watch Hocus Pocus too?
I did.
Okay. What did you think of it?
It was a movie.
See, I thought it was fun. I thought it was like really nostalgic and fun, and you could tell that they put time and money into it.
I just felt like it was something that I'm happy I watched it. I don't think I'll be watching it the way that I watch Hocus Pocus.
Oh, no. Yeah. And I mean, I don't think you can really, nothing can do what Hocus Pocus 1 did, obviously. Yeah. And that's kind of what I've heard people saying, is that like, you can't compare it really. It was just nice to see. I don't know. I just thought it was a fun movie. Like, I'm definitely, it's not going to be number 1 on my watch list. That's for sure. But
I think I just also am tired of them remaking stuff.
I am too. So. However, it was fun to see them on screen.
And I did really like the beginning, how they gave more context to everything.
I loved the beginning. I loved the three young actresses were really good too.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the ending, I know.
Ooh.
So sweet. So sweet. But it kind of made, I don't know, it made the book more like a character.
Yeah, true.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was just like a nostalgic thing. And they accidentally got into a drag race, which I thought was fun. So it was just a fun little nostalgic thing. I want to know what everyone else, because like I feel like people that watch this show probably watched Hocus Pocus too. So I want to know what everyone else thought. Yeah, I don't know how you make like another Hocus Pocus like movie.
You don't?
I don't know. What is it about it that just...
I don't know.
Is it just the nostalgia that we like? No.
Yeah, I think it might.
Okay. It might be.
Because it's like how people like love practical magic, but then we didn't watch that when we were young.
Yeah, that's true. So we really don't.
We watched it and we were kind of like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. So maybe it's just the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what was fun? I went to a wedding and I was sitting down one morning and I was working on my Hocus Pocus Halloween socks. And across from me, one of the girls goes, "Oh, are you doing magic loop?" Because I was just doing the toe. And I was like, you're a knitter. And it was really fun to like
That's so
be
cute.
a knitter out in the world. So that was fun. And I got to like sit and gush about my one hobby.
I love that.
It was really fun. I think it's hard because like we're in a time where like social media is such like I'm seeing all these people that like constantly post their knitting stuff and it feels like you can never do enough, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just, I don't know, it's nice to have that side of it though, because I've been keeping up with the podcast and doing this. I think that I knit a lot more. I mean, no, I probably would knit like this anyway, but I mean, it does give me incentive and it's fun to do this. So
yeah, and I feel like it gives you more of like I need to finish this.
Yeah. So it was just because sometimes I get kind of like, I don't know, over social media and hobby because it makes it seem like it's not just a hobby, but that was fun. So, and then also getting to share my sweater photo. I got so many comments and likes, so
cute.
That was fun. That was just a fun social media thing for this time. So I think that's it.
Yeah, I think so.
Happy October. our one October podcast.
You have like bats fly.
What? Oh my gosh, yeah, let's just, I don't know how I would put that in.
Come on, editor.
Yeah, look at it's freaking bats. I love Halloween. Yeah, okay. I think that's it.
Yes.
That's all from us for now.
Thanks for watching.
I will be taking a photo of them in our Halloween costumes. So.
Oh my God. So cute.
Yep. Ooh. Ghosty's shocked at the progress you've made.
Dang it.
Damn it, Erin, you're supposed to be my sidekick co-host.
Dang it. I missed a really good opportunity.